Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to AriesEDC and another edition of TNFNU, Thoughts and Feelings and Updates. So it's been kind of a crazy week, another really good week. What I want to talk to you guys about this week is something that kind of came up because it's been a really cool week, which I'm going to talk to you guys about here in a second. But I've had a lot of people telling me that, man, I'm killing it and I'm doing such great things, and everybody is seeing that, I'm selling out within minutes. That's the big thing that happened is Tuesday, I sold all 6 spikes in less than 5 minutes, probably around 3 or 4 minutes, and all 6 spikes sold, which is pretty stinking ridiculous. Again, I'm beside myself on the popularity that my knives have, and I am very thankful that I'm in this place. But it kind of goes with what I want to talk about, because what I really want to talk to you guys about is like the perception versus the reality. The perception, I think what is going on is that I am killing it and I'm super busy and I am just very successful at doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing. And I think that's the perception. And in the reality of that situation is I don't feel like that's the case. And I don't know really why. I should be happy that I sold out so fast, and all that, the funds that I was able to raise are all going into me being able to go down to 3 days a week, to create more knives, and let alone bring in money for the household and pay the bills, and also to keep this hobby and part-time gig of knife making rolling as well. More abrasives, more tools, more repairs, more supplies that I need on a daily basis. Trying new materials, trying new techniques, new sharpening systems, new hammers, so there's all these different things that pop up that people think of and that I think of that I need to get for the shop to make the process easier. And all of that stuff costs money, and all of it, keeps rolling with the making of the knives. And everything boils down to me making more knives and bringing in that money to keep everything going. And the perception, again, is that I'm doing really well. And I guess on one hand, I am doing really well, but then there's this other hand that I look at that I don't feel like I'm doing very well. And I'm going to talk to you guys about that here in a second. On the making side of things, yes, things are amazing. I am able to make knives and sell all my knives within minutes, and I can't ask for anything more than that. I mean, I really can't. I've slowly started to raise prices, and it hasn't affected sales whatsoever. I try to make as many knives as I can, and actually I started my new schedule of 3 days a week at work and then 2 days a week doing knives, and that has become very successful. I started it in April, and already I've made probably more than I normally would, taking on extra bills, taking on just like doing the I think I did the mini gargoyles. I did 2 mini gargoyles, and I'm going to update you guys today on 2 others that I'm starting. Actually, 5 others that I started. And it's just been kind of a whirlwind. And I think the new schedule has allowed me to get through the books builds and the drops, plus being able to make more and try to work on some of the prototypes, which some of you have hopefully seen by now, which has been amazing. But on the YouTube side of things, or the content creator side of things have been kind of slow. I'm in the pass around group, which is awesome, and I get a chance to handle some really cool stuff. But I'm still growing very, very slow. And I told myself at the beginning of this year that I wasn't going to go crazy over this and I was just going to let things happen. But things have been happening really slow. I've been stuck at about 31 for quite some time, and I'll gain 5 or 6 subscribers, and then I lose 2 or 3 subscribers, and I gain, and then I lose. And I feel like I've been losing just as fast as I've been gaining. And then I've reached out to a bunch of companies to see if I could check out their products, and haven't heard anything back. So I'm a little frustrated on that, the content creator side of things. I'm a little annoyed with some of the things that are going on. I'm just trying to get really cool content for you guys to watch besides the maker. I don't want the channel to be all maker. I would like it to be a good mix of both the reviews and the making. I think the making side of things makes me stand out a little different than everybody else because I'm creating content of me making knives, not just reviewing knives. So I have a really cool opportunity to share both with you. And I truly love being able to do that. And I want to be able to handle new stuff and new companies and to really check out their work. And I've been reaching out to a lot of new companies and I just haven't been hearing back, and I don't really know why, but it just kind of like is what it is. And I see other channels that are able to get products and materials and different things in, even though they might have less subscribers than I do, and my subscribers are the best. I'm sorry, but my subscribers are also subscribers to a lot of these other channels that are getting really cool opportunities. But I want to bring those opportunities to you too. And I get a little jealous that I'm not able to get these companies on board with what I am doing. I also can't afford to go buy all the great new things that come out. It's just not part of my budget. I have to build AriesEDC. I have to try to build my knife making. The goal is to do it full time, but the only way to do that is on the back end. There's things that I have to do. And these are all things that I set for myself for no reason. I wrote this down. Somebody said it to me because I always struggled with not being good enough and not feeling like I am enough. And I wrote this down, and this says, there is no bar. Because I set this imaginary bar for myself that doesn't exist. I'll never be happy with it. So there isn't a bar. So I just need to continue to doing what I'm doing, and I know good things will come. But it does get a little frustrating when I see other people getting really cool stuff or numbers running high and all these other great things, and I'm sitting stagnant. And I'm not here to complain about that because I have really nothing to complain about. Growth is growth, whether it's 2 a week, 1 a week, or 100 a week. It doesn't matter. It's growth is growth. But I really need to be focusing on the success of AriesEDC as being able to make knives and sell the knives within a reasonable amount of time. Without a doubt, being able to do that is awesome. So I just have to allow myself to be able to have that and to experience that. And I really need to do that more. It's just funny how some people feel like I'm just killing it and on cloud 9, and I just don't feel that way whatsoever. But you guys help me do that with all of the nice things that you say about me and my work. I really appreciate it. I just wish I saw it in my numbers of views on some of my videos and my memberships, being able to grow that. Would love to be at 5,000 by the end of this year, but I would be very, 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 very surprised if I can get anywhere close to that at this point in time. So that's kind of what I have for you guys this week. So let's talk updates. So like I just said, the 6 spikes have now been sold and they've all been shipped off to their new owners. And I hope those people are going to be really happy with their spikes. So, what else is going on? Well, I started the Gargoyle Harpoon, which has now been sent out to heat treat. It's in Nitro V, and that one got sent out to heat treat. I also did the 2 Tonto Thorns. One of them is almost completely done. I just have to add the lanyard and the bead. I don't have the bead. The bead's sitting on the table behind me. So I need to get this one finished up, but it does have an edge. I did sharpen it. It is nice and slicey, so it does have that nice thin edge on it, but I just have to do the lanyard and the bead on this one, and this one will be done. And this is the full flat grind. The other one is sitting right here on my TS Prof, and it's in the middle of getting sharpened. I'm almost done sharpening that one, so then these 2 Tonto Thorns are going to be done really quick. Just did a black sheath with it. I got to put the loop on it as well, but that's just screwing the loop on and the lanyard and the bead. So that one is done. The blue one is done, and the Gargoyle Harpoon is sent out to heat treat. Just as a reminder, this one on June, what's today? 15th, it's a Sunday, I think is a Sunday. This is going to be auctioned off during the Makerspace this week. Whatever day that is. Here, let me look just to make sure I have the right date. It is the 15th. Yep, I was right. This is going to be auctioned off. So basically during that live stream, I'm going to be auctioning off this knife to the highest bidder. Why am I auctioning off? Well, because all the proceeds that this knife brings, whatever it sells for, I am going to be donating all of that to Mr. Bluminati and Mrs. Twisted Sis because of what happened to them. If you haven't heard, they were struck by a tornado and they basically lost their home. They lost their home and they lost pretty much everything inside their home. They are still working on taking care of everything. I know a GoFundMe has been started and the PayPal has been in several of the links that I have been discussing. So you got to go back and watch those videos. But this is going to be auctioned off and I'm going to try to help out the best way that I know how to, and it's to get them some funds. And all the proceeds that this knife brings will be given to them. So I hope you guys all join me during the Makerspace and maybe everybody bids for a chance to win this knife. So hopefully that will help them out a little bit. So not only did I do the 2 Thorns and the Gargoyle Harpoon, but I also did a mini gargoyle, which during my live stream today, which is Thursday as I'm filming this, I was able to get the bevels ground and I heat treated and tempered this. So this one has been heat treated and tempered along with another naked column. So that's another one that has been done as well. We were able to grind it all in this morning and I was able to heat treat and temper this one as well. So these 2 are also going to go on the Etsy store along with the blue Tonto Thorn, which has the blue Kieranite. So those 3 blades are going to go onto the Etsy store, which is stinking awesome. So I was able to get basically 4 or 5 extra blades done this month. What? That is so ridiculous. And I plan on opening up the books for July a little early, probably next week, late next week sometime, Thursday or Friday of next week. I might open the books up for July just a little early so I can get an entire week to work on July to see what you guys come up with. Again, I got to send anything that is stainless. I've been sending everything out, and lately that's kind of what's been happening is everybody's picked stainless, which is fine. I send it all out for heat treat and then I get started on the following month. which would be August. And August is all going to be hawks. So 6 hawks and whatever you guys come up for July, plus the harpoon, gargoyle harpoon, plus these guys. So I've been just knocking it out of the park, trying to get as many knives as I can done. I'm also building my savings for Atlanta for next year. I want to be able to enjoy that, and I have to be able to put a bunch into savings so that I have some funds to be able to do that. So those are kind of what is going on. Kubi blooms are now available at White Mountain Knives, and they do have a sale running, so you can actually click on it, and when you put it in your cart, I think it's actually like $51 for a Kubi bloom. And there's several different codes. To the point, all in caps, gets you 10% off, and that would be helpful to get that. So White Mountain Knives, you can go get your Kubi blooms. The rock hopper and the thorn are still in the works at Kubi, and I haven't gotten any updates for a while, so hopefully in the next couple weeks I'll be able to get an update on that. And it may have come up that the pickled steel gargoyle, what's going on with that? Well, I haven't gotten an update on that one either, but I should be getting a prototype for that knife here in the next couple weeks, which I am so excited to actually get something in my hand that is a folder with one of my designs. And I've seen some renderings and some 3D models, and it's going to be pretty stinking cool. But the prototype I can't wait to get, and then possibly show it off to you guys if I can. Might not be able to, but we'll see. I don't know. So that's kind of what's going on, guys. It's just a lot. I've been trying to keep it all together. Been trying to stay as busy as possible. I was able to proto some new designs, and there's a couple more that I still want to try. So I'm hoping in the next couple months I continue to be able to make extra knives and do extra things, and add things to the repertoire of knives that I'm building. I've also put some time into changing up some of the current designs that I have, like this one. I wasn't too happy with the blade or the handle length, so moving forward, the length will be stretched out a little bit for the thorn, the Tonto thorn, and the thistle. Those 3 blades will have a little bit extended handle. I'm reworking the CAD for the spike and the thorn so that I can maybe do removable handle scales with those on the next build. So I think that is everything that's going on, guys. I hope this didn't come off as me complaining. Definitely not complaining. I have absolutely zero to complain about. I have companies sending me stuff, companies that I have a really great relationship with now, TRM being one of them. They are just absolutely amazing to work with. They sent me this bulldog, and I absolutely love it, and I'm gonna have to dye these scales on this thing at some point in time. But I have more stuff coming from TRM, and there's other companies that have been really great with sending me stuff. Not many, but I really can't complain whatsoever as long as I'm able to sell the knives that I'm making and continue moving forward with my designs, with my skill set, and getting things out in the shop that help me make things go a little bit faster. Oh, the grinder. You guys might be wondering what's going on with my 2x42. Grizzly is awesome. They did send me the motor. I have the motor. The problem is the control box is on back order, and I will not be getting that until about the end of this month. So if they don't get them into the end of the month, they won't be getting them into the end of the month. I might not get that until the last week in June, first week, early July, which kind of stinks because that means I'm doing all the July builds on the 1x30, which might not necessarily be a bad thing. I did the 1x30 on these, and it turned out really good. It's kind of like a bicycle. I got right back onto that machine, and I knew exactly what I was doing. But it's definitely not as proficient as the 2x42, which I am looking to get that back up and running as quickly as possible. So I hope all of that makes sense to you guys and that answers all of your questions that you might have. But that is TNFNU this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember, subscribe, like, leave a comment, or not. The choice is always yours.